Hiya guys, Nigel here, back with you with another video about portholes. Yay! I hear you say. Portholes have become my new thing. So why am I doing this? Basically because I've got to. I'm getting emails left, right and centre and comments down below the videos when I start discussing Titanic portholes. First subject is people are saying some of the portholes aren't round. Next one is you don't need the jigs because I've built Bismarck and I didn't use any jigs on that, so they're just a waste of time and you're a rivet counter, blah blah blah. Okay, fine. You don't need jigs because you can use brass tubing. Yep, you can go and get some brass tubing exactly the right diameter to fit into the portholes and sleeve it down to get down to a small drill and then drill through. There's over 1,600 portholes to do, so if you want to start holding little bits of brass tubing and keeping them all together, that's fine. That's fine. I think the drill jigs I've made are a lot easier to use because, and they're stainless steel. They're a lot harder than brass. They won't wear out so fast. So I think they're much better to use. They give you, there's something to actually hold in your hand and hold onto the surface square rather than trying to hold a piece of brass tube and keep it perpendicular. And also, like I say, there's so many portholes. So let's move to the bench, and I'm going to use this book here, which is some people consider as the Bible, Titanic, the Ship Magnificent. This is actually volume 1. Volume 2 covers all the interior. So basically, I'm going to go through this. This is my Bible that I bought, and I'm going to show you basically in here what is what. With regard to these, they're either Utleys or Utleys pivoting side lights. It's spelled U-T-L-E-Y. So I'm not sure if it's Utley or Utley. But this has been commented on before, and I have read somewhere, it may have been even an email that someone sent me, that you can see the actual porthole in the steel is circular. The window behind has got the flat sides. I have discussed this in at least 2 videos, but still people comment that I'm wrong. I want to put that to bed. Okay, so here we can see, this is page 157, and here you can see we've got a drawing of the side of the hull. Now, I don't like drawings unless they're blueprints. This looks pretty much like a proper blueprint to me, but I'd rather work from photographs before I come to assumptions like this. So I'm not going to basically say that these portholes were round because this drawing shows them as round, but this is actually the sheet steel surface of the hull, so I'm going to assume they're round from these pictures, okay, or from this drawing. And you can see here it says Utleys pivoting lights, okay, so you can see there it's giving you a size as well. So basically that's that there, right? So if we come back out, if we then go to page 208, we come across here, we can see that this is a picture. This is Olympic, to be fair, but Olympic and Titanic in this respect were the same. And we can see here are the Utleys pivoting windows, and it actually mentions here the Utleys pivoting side lights can be seen at the top of the image. In the lowest row of side lights, the shutters are in place with the cast 5-point stars visible through the glass. So we can see here we've got these Utleys pivoting windows. Okay, so I'm going to zoom you in. Okay, and bring you in the shot so you can actually see what we're looking at, and we can see that yes, the windows are flat-sided, but it is a frame behind the actual circular hull. So the actual hole on the outside of the hull, the hole in the hull, is circular. The frame behind has the flat sides. So if you want to accurately depict this, what you would do is drill the hole through the hull, thin out the plastic behind, and put that shape in behind. Okay, and what I'm looking at is making something that goes in there like a plastic sheet that I could perhaps mould and make hundreds of them, and then have that actually replicated in behind, and then put a piece of Lexan in behind that, so you'll end up with that look. But the actual hole in the hull is circular, as you can see there. And just to sort of back that up, if we go here to page 212, we can see down on the bottom of the book here, again you can see here clearly you've got a circular hole with the flat-sided window here pivoted in it. Okay, So for those of you that keep sending emails telling me that my windows shouldn't be round, they should be, okay, as long as you put the frame in behind to depict them as being flat-sided. If you just put flat-sided holes in your hull, it's incorrect. So they should be circular. So that's that bit taken care of. Now let's look at these. Why do we need these jigs? Right, so we can see here I've got a piece of the Bismarck superstructure. This is part Z2. So I believe this is aft, not sure. But basically this is our piece of superstructure, and we can see in the side here we've got all these portholes. As a side note, worth remembering, when they make these they can slide mold them, and the mold can only go in one axis if they make it from one piece. So therefore the portholes here in these radius cutouts for the guns, they're actually oval because it's actually a circle gone this way. It should be perpendicular to the surface, so when you drill them out, you know, perhaps put some plastic rod in there first, let it set, and then drill them through afterwards, because those portholes should be circular, perpendicular to the surface, and not like that. Anyway, but you can see here when you look at them closely, I'll get them close up in the light so you can see, they're roughly 2mm diameter and they're about 1mm deep. So if I take a 2mm drill here, I can put that in there and that will stand up in there. Okay, and we can see that on the front of the drill, okay, the lead on the drill is short. Okay, so when this drill goes in, it will go in and it will find its own centre. Okay, now if I try and move the drill from side to side, obviously I can rock it, but if I try and move it like this across the surface, I can't move it because it's actually finding its own centre. So that's that bit. That's why if you've built Bismarck and you've drilled all the portholes, you didn't need a jig. Okay, it's not that I'm a rivet counter, it's not that I'm anything, it's the fact that if you've got a hole which allows you to centre your drill in that hole, it's deep enough, then you don't need a jig. Obviously I'm not going to make a jig for this because it's not required. If we go to Titanic's hull, which I've got here, and we take, I've got to be careful of the light here, if we take these holes here, they're roughly the same size. Okay, so that drill will go in there, but it won't stand up because it's not deep enough. It's only about 0.4 millimeters deep. So if I put this drill in there, I'm going to try and show you here from the side. If I try and drill that with that drill, whoops, if I try and drill this with that drill, I can't do it because it can't find its own centre. Okay, I can move the drill from side to side, as you can see. Okay, which is what I explained when I did my drill jig video, and I showed you that the drill can move off centre. It all depends on the length of the flutes. So please don't email me or put comments down below telling me that you don't need these drill jigs to drill these out centre. Yes, you can use brass tubing. If that's what you want to do, then carry on. But I've made these jigs so you can pick up nicely on those holes and drill them out in the centre with a 1mm drill, and then you can open them out progressively. Okay, so you do need these drill jigs if you want to be guaranteed to drill a hole in the centre every time conveniently. When you get to the larger portholes like these here, the result is even more exaggerated, because basically that drill sits in there, but it won't stand up because the hole's not deep enough. Again, it's only about 0.4, and you can see here how much I can move that drill from side to side because the flute is longer. If I can, not the flute, the lead is longer. If I can try and get this on the camera, get it to focus, I'll show you what I mean. Okay, right, so if we look at the drill on the right, okay, you can see it needs a much deeper hole before the actual sides of the drill are being guided by the hole. Whereas on the smaller drill, you can see it's a lot less pronounced, it's a lot shallower. Okay, so that's why with the smaller drill on the Bismarck, you don't need a drill guide. With the bigger holes, you do. Okay then guys, so I hope that's cleared a few things up. One more thing while I'm on the roll, I'd like to clear up. If you're going to comment on my video, okay, or you're going to comment about the subject, please at least have the courtesy to watch the video before you comment. You know, it's kind of like you kind of get, you know, I'll be in the video and I'll be saying, I always find that gluing this plastic together is best with Tamiya Extra Thin. However, if you don't have extra thin, the Revell contactor cement is really good. And there's someone will comment below, I've always found Revell contactors were best for that plastic. Yeah, well, that's what I said, you know. And it's not annoying, it's just a waste of everybody's time. If you're gonna comment on a video, at least have the decency to watch it and listen to what the person's saying, you know, before you start telling them something that they already know or have mentioned. So yeah, hopefully that's cleared up. So please stop sending me videos, or stop some videos. Please stop sending me comments about the windows not being round, about the fact you don't need the drill jigs, about the fact that you can use brass tubing and everything. I know all that. If you don't want the jigs, don't buy them. But don't tell me and everybody else that you don't need them. Because if you don't need them, then you're an amazing engineer that can pick up the centre of those holes without it. Then you go fill your boots. Because I've seen a couple of builds now on YouTube where the holes have been drilled out and they're not perfectly in line. Okay, so that's why I made these jigs. I saw it and I thought, I'm going to make something that gets around that. I showed everybody what I'd done and everybody wants them. So that's that. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you all soon. I'm actually in the middle at the moment. I'm in the middle of the another video on the Sherman build, so maybe that'll be up later today as well. Today being Monday the 11th of May 2020. So see you all soon. Thanks for watching. Stay safe. Are we still saying stay safe? I'm going to still say it. I can't say it. I keep saying stay safe, don't I? So stay safe, and I'll see you all soon. Bye for now.